Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Very excited to bring you this week a 2-day tournament, Virginia Elite 70, Jackson Hudson Memorial on Kerr Reservoir, also known as Bugs Island. I'm filling in for Logan again this week. I guess we've decided that he's going to do the commentating on the tournaments that he fishes without me, and then I'm going to do it on the ones that we fish together just for time management. He's in school still. And a lot of what I say are his thoughts, but it's just easier and quicker for me to do it with my schedule. This is going to be a 2-part video, and it's going to what we really want to talk about is time management around the shad spawn, and it'll show the differences in our decisions between day 1 and day 2. We kind of figured out something on day 1. Our practice day really didn't pertain to anything that we were doing because we ran up the river and tried to fish some of that stuff where not a lot of shad spawn going on there, but a ton of it going on in the main lake. So we kind of figured it out on day 1 of the tournament. And then we built on it for day 2 of the tournament. And you can see the differences in the results and how we managed our time. And like all our other videos, if you ever watch our other videos, we are big on trying to recap our thoughts and our thought processes throughout the day so that 1, we can learn from what we did wrong and what we did right, and 2, maybe y'all can pick up something and maybe y'all can put something in the comments that will help us grow as anglers. You all know Logan's trying to go to college here in the next year. He's got 1 more year left, his senior year, and then we're already looking at some colleges and hoping that he can get maybe a scholarship or go to a school that maybe like a top 10 fishing school. That's kind of his dream. So sit back and watch, and as always, if you have any comments, throw them in the box below, and hopefully it can help all of us. Thanks.
Take that light out, turn the lights off.
Okay, so you see we pull up on a main lake point, and this is where Logan caught a couple fish real quick on a swim bait in practice the day before. So we figured it was a good place to start. There may be a small school of them around. We could check out some of these pockets while we were going, but we wanted to start on these points because that's where we got bit last. Now, when I talk about time management, what I'm really talking about here is there was a good bite going on around a shad spawn that was happening in the backs of these pockets. We didn't find that because we didn't practice there early, but we did find it here on day 1 fairly quickly. But you only have about an hour to 2 hours of that shad spawn in the morning before it turns off. So really, ideally, you want to start in the back of the pocket, work your way out. I think that's what the fish do. They're either moving out on the point or they just move out and kind of key on those schools of shad that are kind of suspended out over the channel of the creek. You could see them on the live scope, but they're almost impossible to catch, at least for anglers of our level.
Yeah, that.
There he is. Come back and got it. That's a bass. I think I put it to the side now.
How'd you keep it?
Yeah, it's a keeper, I think. It should be 14.
It's gonna be close.
There you go, first cast with a jerk bait, man.
Yeah, he might not be.
Might not be 14. Oh wow, that's stumps out 20 feet of water.
Come on, dude. He was not getting out of there.
Is that on a stunner?
Yep. Get that out of the way.
I wonder if we catch any fish out of the stumps right there.
No, same size as yours.
Dang it, man.
He hit it,
Yeah.
missed it, come back and hit it again.
Look at that fish waking right there.
Oh, they're breaking all around.
It's a bass. Oh my god, it's a keeper. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Oh,
Heck. I saw him. Did you see him waking at the
I
surface?
saw all the bait flicking. It's like a pot of bait right here.
I think he's a keeper.
Kidding me? Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Did you see him waking?
I didn't even see him.
I saw him swimming
ate
around.
it,
He turned around and
oh my gosh.
show the GoPro that.
That swim bait in there. Gone.
I think that's what's going on. I think they're chasing bait back here in the mornings. Let me put a cold tag in them. Dude, I literally saw the fish swimming on the surface and I cast to
It's
it.
a chunky little one. That's the kind we need. 5 of them. Be good.
There you go.
Good job.
God, that was an awesome bite, dude. I saw him blowing up on bait and I could see his fin sticking out of the water.
See if there's any more of that around.
You're gonna have to run the front. I gotta put on the swim bait. Yeah, they're choking the swim bait.
See all them bubbles? That was bait.
Yeah,
I think that was bait coming off.
I grabbed that spook. Dude, I saw the fish turn around and he just smoked it, just inhaled the thing. It was
Crazy.
I watched him eat it. I watched him cast right to him. I saw him swimming around.
This might be, we might need to be back in here.
Oh yeah, in the mornings. Because that was the size fish that we were catching on the points yesterday afternoon. But they might move in back in here a little bit. That was a good call coming in here, Dad. Dude, that is one of the greatest bites I've ever had. Gosh, I wish. Did you see the V going through the water?
I did not see that, but I saw the bubbles.
I saw the V and I was like, what is that? And then I saw the fish, so I cast it in front of it. He was moving so fast that by the time I cast it, he was in front of it already, and he just spun around and just, oh. That was awesome.
So we already spent probably, I'd say well over an hour fishing the points out in the front of this pocket.
Yeah.
And I suggested to Logan, hey, let's go back in there and just see if we can find any bait, see if we can find any activity. We were catching shorts out there on the point. And so we started going back in there, and you can see we're in the middle of the pocket right here, and Logan just caught that one. The fish was actually swimming on top of the water with its fin sticking out. It was the craziest thing ever. It's not uncommon to see them busting there, but like this one was actually making a wake. So he pitched that little swim bait there, and he just ate it. It was a pretty strange bite. But anyhow, he was watching a small wolf pack of bass chasing a big cloud of shad around out in the middle, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, those fish are easy to find, they're easy to see, and with the Humminbird Mega Live, you can watch the activity, you can watch the fish chasing those balls of bait around.
Wind of them and,
but man, for one, they move around a lot, and for two, it's really hard to beat the real thing. You know, you can we tried to throw some swim baits. You know, it seemed like the swim bait was the bait that imitated the shad the best. Tried some jerk baits, tried some other things, but we just couldn't get those fish interested. They had to be hanging on a piece of cover in order for us to get them to bite, and you'll see that here in just a minute.
Put the aerators on.
That was one of the greatest bites.
Oh, look, the but's in that tree. The but's bait in that tree. Right on the end of that tree, just look.
Grab a fluke, grab like something that's weedless.
I don't know if we have one tied on, do we?
So what I did was probably a little unorthodox. I had a 3/4 ounce spinnerbait tied on, and I know you guys are going to say, man, that's really heavy. But in this situation, it worked great. There's a tree that's hanging out over the channel. It's in deeper water. The end of it's in about 12 feet. And this tree, you will see it in part 2. This is a very important tree right here. The shad were spawning all over this tree. The end of this tree is a pine tree, so it's real branchy and it's easy to get hung up on. But when the shad are spawning, they bang into the branches. I don't know if they're trying to loosen up their egg sac or what they're doing, but they're just constantly running into the tree. And then the bass are just laying underneath the tree in the shade, and then when they see an opportunity, they come up and grab one. So I'm taking this spinnerbait, throwing it out, running it into the branches as hard as I can, running it over the edge in the 12 feet of water and just killing it. And when it drops down, those blades are just flickering as it's going down, and they just think it's a dead shad that's coming down, or a shad that's getting into their strike range, and they just eat it. So yeah, it was a heavy spinnerbait, but the way I was using it, it worked like a dream.
Maybe we'll work it back out from here out instead of that way. See if there's better stuff ahead of us.
Yeah, I think they're going to be making their way out to them points now that the sun's up a little bit. I think we hit the tail end of that bite out in the backs of them pockets.
Maybe. I mean, we just went in there, caught a couple fish.
Yeah.
They were little, but...
I mean, it's going to take them a bit to get out there.
They may stay there all day.
Might, yeah.
I mean, it's just as deep there as it is out there. No reason they have to move if the food's back there. Food moves and they'll move, but I don't think
I heard that the shad, they move in and out of these pockets in the morning, and at night they move back to feed on plankton and stuff, that the wind blew back in there. And then in the daytime, they'll move back out and hold over the channel. Hold out in the main lake.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. There's a good one. I never got a good hook set on them. That was a decent one there.
It was out off the bank a little bit.
set the hook in.
So we decided to take a run down lake a little bit. There's an area that I wanted to fish that I thought may still have some shade on it. The sun's getting up over our head now. And this is a bluff bank, and it's got a long point that comes out from it. And if you watch the when I had the high school tournament here in the fall, you may recognize this, but it's a big channel that swings up against this bluff bank, and the shade stays on it really probably longer than any other place in the immediate area. And so you know, it's in the 90s, so it's hot, and the fish, they probably want to be in the shade. So we go down through this bank and try our luck.
I want to just come down here, fish that one pocket.
Oh. Eat it, eat it. Oh my God, there's like 3 of them. That ain't a bass. That's a pike. I had a bass follow mine though.
So what I like to do here is throw that little weighted fluke. If you watched our last video, I did a little segment on that. And you could throw it out there in like a foot of water, twitch it 3 or 4 times and let it sink, and it'll sink down into like 12 feet of water on this bluff. And I think the fish just lay down there a little bit deeper where it's more comfortable, and there's some shade there, and they just ambush anything that comes over their head. I've caught several fish that way using that technique. They just like to see something that's an easy meal. It's coming down right on top of them. Pickerel. We're going for the L in their award today.
Dude, I had, oh my gosh, I had 3 fish following me back.
Were they any big?
They were pretty close to 14, I'm pretty sure. They kept just swatting at it and swimming away.
This one bit like a bluegill. Like peck, 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 and then all of a sudden. Dude. How's that? Dude.
Like a 3-pounder. Oh my God, dude. I don't know why I set the hook so hard. Oh my God. Jeez.
Why can't we do that? The big ones.
You're telling me. Good shade line over there.
Over where? You want to hit it? There might be one in that other pocket too.
It looks pretty shallow over there though.
Yeah, let's go in that other one. Around the corner.
There's one back there, but
See what's going on.
oh, wrong direction. Oh man.
Not today, pal.
That one? Need the net? Spotted bass first.
He ain't 14.
No.
Might just be on these bluffs no matter if it's sunny or not. I think the shade's gonna help, though.
Yeah. So at this point in the day, we figured it'd be about time to go out and try these points, main lake points. And we have several of them located that have rock piles on them, and some have stumps, but the rock piles seem to be the key. So we pull up on our first rock pile here, and within 2 casts, Logan catches a decent one on a 5XT Strike King crankbait. I apologize for the wind noise. I didn't have the proper cover over my microphone for the wind, but you know, the wind was picking up pretty good. There was whitecaps out there, which I like on a bluebird day. I take all the wind I can get. So I'm in the back of the boat. I'm throwing around a 3/8 ounce shaky head, and the worm I have on it is a Magnum Dizzy Diamond by Biz Baits. It's, I believe, plum color. And that gets bit quite a bit over the next couple days. You'll see that that's one of our key baits.
Oh!
Boy, they come up and jump, don't they? I don't think so, maybe. Well, I don't know. No, I don't think he is. Damn it.
They're on this point.
Yeah, I got him good with that.
Check him though. He might be.
I don't think he is. I'm gonna check him.
He's gonna be close. He's long.
He might make it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, dude.
Don't do me like that.
He's on.
Yeah?
He's on. He's
Yeah,
14.
he's on. Yeah. Sweet.
Hopefully we can call him out.
Yeah, we'll call him. They're on these points.
Yeah, you're right.
This point's always good for a fish.
So three is
That's up so good.
3 is our small one right now. Oh,
That
yeah,
big old shaky head.
He wanted that worm. See, when you
Now
get
we're
around
well
the
into
bite,
the
it's
tournament
just-
day. I'm not sure exactly what time it was because I didn't have the time set right on my camera, but I'm guessing it's probably 12 or 1 o'clock, and we still don't have a limit. It's probably about noon, I would say. We still don't have a limit. So I'm just putting this in here so that you can see the difference between day 1 and day 2, because this is about time management. And you know, had we gone after that shallow bite first thing and not started on the points, you'll see the difference in that tomorrow.
I'm on spot lock.
Yeah, it works good for me from the back.
Yeah, I can drop those poles for you if you need to.
They don't bother me when I'm casting behind it.
Then you hit the graphs.
Yeah, I felt them and I was like, I got 10 on.
Here's a little tip. If you're looking for rocks out on a point, look for a point that's the color of this one. The red clay, really red clay banks, they seem to have stumps on them. So as you're driving down this lake, you'll see red clay everywhere, and then you'll see these ones that pop out just like this one right here to the right. And they're almost white. You know, they really stand out. And you can see the rock up on top of it. Well, all that transfers down into the water, and sometimes that rock will go way out, 100 yards offshore. So just a little tip on that.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. It's gotta be close to 3. Look how fat he is. Shaky head.
Magnum shaky head. There we go.
There's another point that looks just like this that we'll hit.
It's been a long time in between bites, man. Golly.
A lot of it was just unproductive water, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of those points didn't even have anything.
Huh? No. Say number 4 right there.
Pick up a different color Magnum shaky head too, I guess, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's working pretty good. I went back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I might have to tie one of them up.
I don't know. It's not like they're crushing that and not hitting yours. I think it's just a matter of getting in front of them.
Yeah.
I do like it better when we position the boat to where we cast with the wind. I know it's not as natural, but I think for what we're doing, it's better. Whew. I always think they're so big when they first hit. When I first set the hook, it's like...
Isn't it pretty good?
Yeah. These worms are awesome. These bizbaits, they last for several fish. He ain't big enough.
He'll keep.
No, I don't think so. It's freaking swimming right at me. I couldn't feel anything. I'm like, that ain't right. I know I'm in the rock.
Oh yeah, that ain't.
Oh shit, 12. Bunch of these today. Oh, I pooped.
Oh, no. Rubbed it off.
Dang it. I was hoping that was a good one.
You're eating that shaky head.
They are. I get them in the rocks. Look, he pooped all over my hand, the son of a gun. I kept lifting up, and the line just kept coming to me, and I was like, gotta be a fish on there. Yeah. Same type of bite, man. Swimming right at me. He spit the hook too. Darn.
Oh, I got one. Oh my god, I thought I had one.
13 and a half. Dang it. It's weird, they're swimming right at me. Picking it up and just swimming right at the boat. Why can't one be a 3-pounder, man? They're all the same size.
I don't understand, man. I don't know where the bigger ones would be at.
Size as all the other ones we caught.
Gosh. I don't think he's gonna make it.
No, he ain't gonna be big enough. God dang it. Looks like the one I caught earlier.
Right, same fish.
His face is all beat up. 13. Wait a minute.
I don't know. Nah.
Yeah, do they fan the tails?
They take weight off, I think, if you. They take weight off, I think, if you weigh in.
All right, guys, it's late in the day and we're almost ready to head back.
Yeah, but that's 14 if you fan the
to
tail.
the weigh-in. This is our 5th keeper. It took us all day to catch a limit.
Dude, look.
So again, we talk about time management. You're going to see tomorrow is going to be a whole different story, because we're going to start on that shad spawn first thing. Instead of going out deep first, fishing our way in, we're going
Maybe
shallow,
nobody else caught
fish
it.
our way out.
I bet you it's gonna be 22 pounds a week.
Them days are over.
I bet you it's gonna be 22 pounds a week today.
Well, it ain't gonna be us time.
One of these times we're gonna catch some fish.
opportunity at a better limit. But
Yeah.
29. Slide over there, I'll pick up that bottle. Come out of someone's boat. Make up for the cross.
Well, that's it for day one, guys. We ended up weighing in just under 10 pounds, and I believe the leader had 17 and some change, so we got some ground to make up on day two. Make sure you hit the subscribe bell so it'll tell you when the next video pops up, because we're going to be doing this one, like I said, in 2 pieces, and we're going to try and get part 2 out by the end of the week. Thanks for watching.